Yeah, it's been a while. Been a while since this car's kind of seen the light too. As you've seen in a lot of the other videos, it's kind of been under a cover, just shoved in the corner, which it's not anymore. And we kind of figured it's time to give an actual update on this car instead of just randomly mentioned in videos here and there and seen in the background under a cover that clearly has done more harm than good to it because now it's just a shade of blue instead of the actual paint, which we'll clean that off eventually. No sense in doing it right now. It's been sitting that way. But yeah, as far as actual introduction to the Civic, because we've never really had one on the channel, and usually we've been kind of focusing on the American stuff, the trucks. I think we've mentioned bikes here and there, but we also mess with imports as well. That's actually kind of where at least I got started. Dad was kind of heavy into it back when I was younger as well. He had one of these, but a four door when I was no taller than the car. Um, and then eventually I got this one. This was technically my second Civic. I had a four door before that because of the one he had. And then I just got a really great deal on this one about 4 years after owning the sedan, which I wish I could ever have a video on that one, but I know Dad has photos of it as well. Maybe he'll show them in the video, maybe. But either way, we built that one from when I was 12 up to 16, continued building it until I think I was 18 or 19 before I sold that one and got this hatch, which this one is a 92. It is an SI, sunroof, manual doors. Originally, it didn't have, if you're a Honda head, you know the 92s didn't have passenger airbags or even the slot for it. This was the same way. Kind of a short history, especially if you're one of our older viewers. When I say older, I don't even mean older, like 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, whatever. There was a shop in York called Town and Sound. This was their show car. It was black back then, way back in the early 2000s, and then at some point they sold it. The new owner built it into a straight track car. There is a roll cage in it, which in future videos when we're actually showing work being done, kind of revamping everything in it, cleaning it, you'll be able to see that. It's got a full cage, Dynamat. It had everything at one point to be full track allowed, I believe, for either 10 brackets or 1150s, somewhere close to that. And then Motor Blue, they blew that up and it sat, and somebody else bought it who I eventually got it from. All he did was put a running motor in it. It is a B20. Um, it's pretty much a B18. It just has bigger cylinders. And then, 1 or 2 years later, a certain unnamed company bus decided they didn't like it and took off the whole front end, which I have photos of that as well. We might snip them in the end of the video or in a different video, one of them. Um, where it was a couple months and we rebuilt the entire front end, had a whole other donor Civic that we cut the front end off of, frame rails, shaped these back up, went to the factory specifications, and then at the same time we turboed it at that point, which is where all hell with it kind of broke loose. Um, that's a little bit of the backstory. That was pretty much the last thing that left off. It got painted after that accident, after turboing it and fixing it up. I then just drove it around the way it was. Honda, we fully tuned it to run with the turbo, bigger injectors. I believe they're 450s, 57 trim turbo, stock B20. The head didn't even have anything to it. And before anyone who is a Honda head starts freaking out, no, I didn't sleeve the cylinder walls. No, I'm not going to. Um, you don't need to as long as you're not an idiot. It runs off of 8 pounds, which at some point decided to start creeping to 11 or 12 pounds. So you can say it's my fault or what, but that's why we're in this current state and why it was undercover. It creep boost a lot. Instead of 8 pounds, it would go to 12, 13, 14 pounds if you were really into it. Eventually, the head just caught the brunt of that, warped, started overheating. At first, it wasn't that big of a deal because it was just a little bit hotter, but then it would go back down. It just gave little increments here and there. Um, Eventually, I thought it was an airflow issue because the intercooler blocks half the rad and the bumper was blocking the other half. That explains the ugly thing on the front bumper that you see at the bottom of the video here that looks like an air intake. It's not. It's strictly for airflow purposes because I thought that was the problem. Hoping to God I didn't have to pull the motor. Um, that will be addressed. That's not going to be there anymore because it doesn't solve anything. And Yeah, we thought that was the problem, and then come to find out it was just the head warped to all hell, causing overheating. I drove it. The last time this car was even outside of this garage was October of 21. So we're approaching 3 years on this thing hasn't even moved. Other than being stuffed in that corner. I think at one point it was up there, but then probably a year and a half ago it went to the corner and it hasn't moved since until about 2 hours ago today. We pushed it, moved it, we cleaned up everything around it, uncovered it, pretty much just put it in a spot where we can work. We blew off most of the blue, believe it or not. It was way bluer than that. Um, but as far as what we've got going on here, one day, a few months ago, I decided to pull the head to see if I could see any clear indication in the block, which in the video, if you pause it and zoom in, or if you happen to see it, um, now that the head's been off, the coolant that was in between the head and the block has dried. And now I can see exactly where the head was just completely done for and the head gasket blew out. There's one spot by cylinder 1 and 2 and maybe possibly a third one by cylinder 4 where it was just pretty much the edges of the head warp, causing an external coolant leak. Apparently not external enough to actually see it when the head was still in because I couldn't find any coolant leaks. But yeah, that October in 2021, me and the wife to be were out on a drive, not even anywhere outside of local, maybe 15 minutes towards where I used to work, then to I think it was a Spirit Halloween store, believe it or not, and then got back and the temperature just spiked and decided, all right, she's not moving anymore until either a new engine, new head, full job. We didn't know at the time. For now, we are just going to go. What we're planning on doing is revamping we've got a different head actually from a very nice guy who's in the community with Hondas, Acuras. Granted, he was 2 hours away, but he's friends with someone who drag races these. I messaged the drag racer originally. He said, yeah, I had 5 heads that were good for a B series, and I just gave them all to my buddy for free. So I messaged his buddy. He's like, yeah, come pick one up. I'll give you the best one I got. So I've got a new head for it. It's a B18 head now, so it will have a little bit higher of a range, a little quicker acceleration, but we're going to get that checked out. I do got to get someone over here to check out the block, just a second set of eyes with someone a little bit more experienced in in-depth motor stuff, just to make sure there's no cracks in the cylinder walls, which I haven't seen any. I drained out the head and then sucked out what was left. Don't see anything. Make sure the block itself isn't warped, which is very hard to do on these, but anything's possible if we're going to go start throwing stuff in. But then, yeah, we're just basically going to get it to the point where it runs and drives around again better than what it was, um, and not overheating until we can decide a final plan for it, which would either be a full swap or just building another B series to put in it, leaning more towards a full swap. But like I said, this was kind of just a short introductory video to it, longer than I originally thought it was going to be. But now you guys have finally seen it. You see that we don't just do either American stuff or trucks or bikes, whatever. We're into Asian stuff as well. You would have to hard press me for anything European. I don't want to talk about it, but I don't like them. Except for Dad's BMW. Um, you saw I wasn't in those videos, right? There's a reason. I don't like a plastic water pump, but that's his video. But definitely, we will be getting videos up on this as far as once the head is actually sent to the machine shop. Once we get it back, when we actually start working on it, we might throw some videos of cleaning out what's been sitting in here for 3 years. Prior to that, don't want to talk about it. Um, there will be videos up on, I believe, the Octarango soon. And then, I mean, pretty much we're just going to get going here. It's getting warmer again, which means we won't be freezing our butts off in the garage. Please remember to like the videos. Dad's been putting out a lot of shorts as well. We're putting out a lot of shorts, just either their scenes from different videos of ours, just to kind of give you a little short intro, or new people who aren't subscribed yet, giving them short little introductions of what we do here for sure. So definitely watch those as well. But the biggest, most important thing is subscribing. That way you guys can see as we upload them what we're doing, but also that way we can see that what we're doing is stuff that people are interested in. So thank you for watching the video. It's still one of my rambling times normally, but people seem to like that. Yeah, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. We'll be back with you with new stuff.